Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. This we're going to talk about the top teams in the Open Great League. We've had Great League I think 3 weeks ago, and since then I think there is like a slight change in the meta at the high MMR gaming. So if you take a look at the PvP ranking, I do believe that it's still the same. Quagsire followed by Tinkaton with the Legacy move are still the top ranking, but the best Pokemon according to everyone is Corviknight, because it's just safe into everything and the Pokemon is just very versatile that it can beat so many Pokemons when you get the boost, aka the RNG. And that's pretty much the story of every Go Battle League game. Whenever you have a Pokemon that depends on RNG, now imagine if that Pokemon is slightly bulky. We have Wigglytuff, aka the best Pokemon in the competitive meta. And then there is Empoleon, which was the Pokemon that Firestar won a regional. Wait, he didn't win. Well, I saw him winning. Well, technically, they took out his win. Sorry about that, my friend. And I hope they give you your title back. Then there is Fortress, because it's also one of the most versatile Pokemons in the game. And then there is Altaria. There is Azu, there is Fortress, there is Empoleon again with the Shadow, there is Universe Stunfisk, there is Galarian Stunfisk, so many good Pokemon. So I have them all in one picture. And now don't think about this. Anything with Mud Slap is kind of a dead weight into the meta, so please stop using Mud Slappers. I know some of you still like to enjoy their Gastrodon, but they aren't as OP as they used to. And if you want to have like a smaller picture of the meta, this is the team that Elam won with Elam won the last tournament with. Wait, what's this flag? I could swear I thought Elam is American. I mean, I know he has another citizenship, but I actually... Okay, moving on. This is the team that Elam won the tournament with. You can see that he had Shadow Quagsire, and he doesn't have Corviknight, but he has a Wigglytuff, and he has a Fortress, Altaria, Shadow. You do need the Shadow, by the way. And then Clodsire. Why does he have a Clodsire? It's simple. It's those two Pokemons right here. They are just insanely good against everything, and I am assuming that it does beat Altaria as well. And there is Corsola as like kind of a tanky ghost of an option. Now these are like kind of the meta. These are like the regionals meta. So what is the best team currently? According to PvP, the best team currently is Azu Double Ghost. Who would have thought that the team So Tactical created back in Season 2 is still one of the best teams. In fact, it's still the #1 team according to PvP. It's always Azu with 2 ghosts. Like, the ghosts will change based on the meta. Now, some people will be like, can he use Sableye instead of one of those? 100% you can. Yeah. Jellicent is good just because they buffed Shadow Ball, and now Jellicent kind of is in a much favorite situation in the current meta. And then you have Low Sweep. Don't run counter, please. Annihilape. Do you run Shadow? I think it's up to you, but I think with Low Sweep, because it's not a spammy Pokemon, you have to run the non-Shadow. I think so. And speaking of another Ghost, I think this is also one of the best teams in the current meta. And simple because Jellicent is so good. Ferret is one of the best counters, and Wiggly is one of the best counters to Jellicent. So if you see lots of Jellicents, I would run this team because we have 2 hard counters, okay? Even if you see lots of Annihilapes, we have 2 hard counters right here. What if you see, so like, is there something else that's off meta that you could actually run? The only off meta team I was thinking of is actually this Grumpig with Double Dark, Psychic Double Dark, and you use Drapion to just bait out the dark counters, okay? So dark counters are usually fighters and fairy, right? So Drapion has a play into that, and Grumpig does beat the fairies because of Psywave. Psywaves is a good move, and this thing also has Shadow Ball and Dynamic Punch, 2 of the best charge moves currently in the current meta. And then you have Galarian Moltres to sweep later into the game. Elam actually gave me a Drapion team, and he said Annihilate, Shadow. I don't know why Shadow. I think he can run Shadow. You can't. I can't, okay? This is just run the non-Shadow with Lickilicky and the Drapion. And Lickilicky has been making like a strong spot into the current meta just because it's tanky Pokemon, and it has a play into Corviknight, and also it has a play into Fortress. So usually people will have at least one of those 2, and having a good play into those 2 is actually good. And also Body Slam got buffed this season. Don't forget that. And speaking of things that get buffed this season, You guys know me, I used to run Talonflame, Double Ground. Well, the Double Grounds are both nerfed, so I can no longer run Mud Slapper. So we have to adapt, guys. We have to adapt. The first ground Pokemon will be running Wigglytuff. Okay? You're like, oh, is Wigglytuff a ground type Pokemon? It doesn't matter. It is what you want it to be, okay? Yeah. 100%. So we have Talonflame. I actually prefer to lead Talonflame, to be honest, and use Wigglytuff as my safe swap. But if you'd like to win lead, I think Wigglytuff can win most of the leads. I do like also to lead Swampert. Like Swampert in the lead is also good. And then safe swap this and keep this in the back. If they bring in a Fortress, I think Fortress does put Talonflame at like low health, but Talonflame can still win that. I mean, Incinerate is still double super effective, right? And speaking of a favorite team, do you guys remember the team we used to run back in the days? Sableye, Altaria, Registeel back in Season 3. I think that was the top meta. It's back in another phase, which is Sableye, Altaria, and Empoleon, okay? Empoleon's decent. Sableye has a play. I don't think it's good enough. I think it's kind of need the Shadow Ball or something. Like if they give it Shadow Ball, we can do like Sableye with Shadow. Does it learn Shadow Ball though, guys? If you know, please let me know in the comment section below. And Altaria in the lead. You could also lead Empoleon if you want, but I think Altaria is just a safer lead generally, because you can just soft win or soft lose against pretty much so many things. And speaking of something that can always work in the lead, I think Caesar is still decent. I love this team, guys. I've ran this team for literally 3 seasons and it never disappoints me, like literally never. For it as the safe swap, you could also you either lead this or this, but if you like to win lead to shield, just do a honestly, just do this. Stunfisk Unova is actually a decent Pokemon. You have to run 2 grass counters though. Do we even have grass type in the meta? I mean, the only grass type I could think of is actually Gourgeist. Gourgeist has Incinerate, Shadow Ball, Seed Bomb. It's the only grass type I think that is viable in the current meta, and that's why people are using it, because it has a play into Corviknight and Fortress, which are supposed to be 2 steel type, 2 hard counters to the grass, right? Well, not for Gourgeist. That's why we call it Gourgeist, okay? And then you have Azu and Fortress in the back. And speaking of something that does beat Fortress, we have Stunfisk Galarian. I think Galarian Stunfisk is kind of an off meta because most of the Pokemon in the meta has like a 35 energy move. Stunfisk doesn't. It has Rock Slide, okay? So it's always 5. You don't have a 4 cycle charge move. Corsola is kind of a slow Pokemon because it doesn't do damage from Nightshade after they nerfed it. And you have Wiggly as your third. Another team, I think this is a solid team that Elam was actually telling me that it's a very solid. And he's like, he said, trust me. And when he said that, I could tell you that he was actually BSing. Like he wasn't. Like he was 100% lying. There is no way he would say trust me unless he's trolling me. Is this the last team? Well, we have lots of teams. As an example, I think Altaria with Dugong and Quagsire is still a decent team. If you like Altaria double Mud Boys, I think it's a very solid team. You could also replace the Altaria with the Regidrago. The problem with Regidrago is that it kind of needs a fire type charge move. Like Altaria is viable sometimes, most of the times, because of the fire charge move that comes with it. So yeah, I try to keep it short, straightforward, with as many teams as possible. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like the video and click on the hype button so we can get you can suggest the channel to other people, which will force me to make more content. I promise you guys still to make more videos, but the kid is growing fast and I have to be always around him. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.